Hello there, and welcome to the first session of Season 2 of Cranimented Actual Plays. Forest Peaks, a Henshin, a Super Sentai RPG game. There's probably a shorter name for that. My name is Caleb Wade. I will be your MC this evening, and with me I have 5 wonderful individuals who are ready to get their powers today, whatever those may look like. Again, my name is Caleb, my pronouns are he, they, and I'm going to introduce this lovely cast to you. Let's start with Max. Tell us who you're playing, your pronouns, and your character's pronouns, please.
Me. I'm Max. Oh no, okay, that was on.
You're
I'm
good.
Max. I use he, they pronouns. I am playing Jason McCullough, who is... Should I say what color I'm going to be, or leave it to
Let's
mystery?
leave that for later.
So I am playing Jason McCullough, who uses he, him pronouns.
Let's pass it on over to Dare.
Hey, I'm Dare. Pronouns she, they, they. I am playing the ever-lovely Jupiter Thula. Pronouns, I just think they, them. I don't remember. I think
Perhaps
they,
that's
them.
the journey.
Let's go with they, them. Anyway.
Let's pass it on over to Jazz.
Hello everybody, I'm Jazz. I use she, they pronouns, and today I am going to be playing Phoenix Suriwa. He uses he, they pronouns.
JPG.
Hi everyone, I'm JPG. I use he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Beckham Beck Mahalaga, and he uses he, him pronouns.
And last but certainly not least, Crow.
Hi, I'm Crow. I use he, him, it pronouns. I will be playing Malik, who will be using he, him, and I am a color, apparently.
So, we set our tale in the town of Forest Peaks, Colorado. It's a sleepy little town where nothing goes wrong. Just like all this kind of sleepy little town that true crime documentaries are about. Literally nothing happens here. It's this beautiful place, a beautiful getaway, and all of you are university students at Forest Peaks University. But before we get into that, we actually open with something else.
We have to talk about this, you know?
And here I thought you just wanted to get me out of my room for a little bit.
Well, yeah, that too.
My opinion hasn't changed.
Still, I want you to reconsider.
Why? I'm coming with you, and that's final, so there's no need to reconsider.
Look, following me is only going to get you hurt again, and you won't have your powers to protect you.
Neither would you, Colton. You'd be in more danger without me.
Bennett, you just got out of the hospital.
Are you really pulling that card?
No, of course not. That isn't what I meant.
Then what do you mean?
We're about to graduate. You've always asked me if I thought that there would be a chance to get away from all this someday. To not be colors, to not have to save this shitty world every week. Maybe this is that chance for you.
And not for you? You don't deserve a chance to get away from all this? After everything we've gone through for the past 4 freaking years, you want me to just leave it all behind while you take up the mantle of martyr?
This isn't about being a martyr, Bennett. This is having to deal with the shitty deck that I was given. They're after me, Bennett, and you know that they don't give a damn that I didn't want to wave their flag. I can't...
Can't what?
I can't see you hurt like that. Not again. Yeah, we've all had our scrapes. Things we've had to hide from our parents. Or lie to our friends about. But that... You couldn't move. And I almost watched you die. I can't do that. Not to you. Not to my family. They're already worried sick, because I disappeared. I can't put them through that. And the going away for college thing isn't gonna hold up forever. What about your parents, Bennett? Did you think they're gonna be alright with their kid that just got out of the hospital with mysterious injuries going off to who knows where? Have you even thought about what you're going to tell them?
Colton.
No. Seeing you like that brought me back, Bennett, and I can't risk that again. All of you are too important.
Well, tough shit. You're important to me too, and I'd rather be by your side than worrying about where you are.
Bennett, you have to listen.
No, you listen. This is my choice. Okay, I've got one more week of physical therapy and then we're leaving together. You're not gonna change my mind on this.
Why? Why would you risk yourself like this for me when you have your whole future ahead of you?
It's because I love you, Colton. The camera pans pans away from the sleeping form of this African American person. They look incredibly tired. It seems that they've just woken up from a dream. The smile fades on their face as they realize that they are back in reality. They get up. It's this sort of studio apartment that's lived in, but it doesn't feel like it's been made home yet. The walls are gray. It's a very monochromatic color scheme. The only pops of color are coming from the coffee mug that they pull out, entitled the Blue Jay Cafe, with this beautiful rendition of a blue jay. And a few pops of color coming from the pictures on the walls of people, places, and the centerpiece being a picture of them, but it seems to be a younger them with longer hair and this sort of bright yellow shirt, along with a few other color-coded individuals just smiling for the camera. It seems like this is just after a high school graduation. As they make their coffee, a voicemail notification pops on their phone. They sort of sigh and sort of open it up, and it's the whole, "Please enter your password." And the 4-digit password is opened, and the voicemail says, "Hey, look, I know that I don't understand what happened before I met you, but this is a big funk, even for you. We gotta go by the campus today, remember? I'm at the cafe. I already opened. Just waiting on you. This is Lita, by the way, your friend. And, right-hand employee, best friend, college. Okay, bye." So this individual sort of rubs their eyes, makes their coffee, and is just sipping on it as they get ready for the day. They dress in this sort of denim jacket, sort of darker colors. Black curly hair is cropped short, large round glasses. They sort of look at themselves in the mirror and go, "This is your life, Bennett. Hopefully it'll be this way for the rest of your life." As they leave their apartment, Beck, what are you doing this morning? It's around 9 in the morning. You are muted.
Sorry, I was asking, is it a school day?
It is a school day. It is a Tuesday. Okay.
So Beck is definitely ironing a dress shirt.
Yo. Okay.
It's very Sammy Davis Jr. in the background, and it's he's just he's getting the day started right. right? It's
Mhm.
just it's beautiful trumpets and all that, and he's ironing a shirt, and then he's trying to decide on if he's gonna wear the jacket or not today. But maybe he should be a little bit more casual and just stick it with the dress shirt and no tie today. So
I mean, either way. How daring is Beck feeling today?
how daring? I don't know if Beck is a daring person. I think he's a little bit, I mean, like, for the sake of what I just said, he's definitely a little bit more buttoned down.
And as we sort of like cut from the dress shirt to Beck, could you describe Beck for the audience, please?
Sure. He is a Filipino male, and he's always like the second best dressed person in the room, if this makes sense. It's always like it's elevated, but he's definitely not the nicest one, or he's definitely not the one who's like nailing their like somebody's personal aesthetic the most, right? There's going to be somebody in the room that's gonna be better than that. And then I would say he's average height, and I think I decided that he was 18.
Mm-hmm.
I think I decided that he was 18, yeah. I don't have a face cast for this, but now I'm going to look up a face cast.
No worries, you don't need a face cast right now, but those are things that can come later. We're not making an adaptation of this just yet. As Beck turns to look at himself in the mirror, what does Beck say to himself?
I think it's very on beat to the music, and he does the snap and finger guns, and then another snap and finger guns. And then it's a very, it's a very, wholesome smile. And he says to himself, today's going to be just as beautiful as the other people in your life.
Wow. And as
Caleb, when Beck dies, this is all your fault. Like this.
None of you are going to die. I don't plan to kill any of you.
You don't plan to kill any of us. Yeah, you don't plan to kill any of us.
We're starting off strong. We're starting off with this confrontational. I'm making my character sweet so you can't kill me. You're gonna kill fan favorite Beck? But as Beck continues to make sure that dress shirt is nice and neat, Malik, where do we find you?
You find me. You find Malik.
You're a
in
little
the car
bit, You're a
garage.
little bit quiet, Crow.
I'm quiet.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
No worries.
Hopefully you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Okay. You find me at the garage, covered in like every oil junk known to man that comes out of a vehicle, just greased up. There's probably a Magical Girl anime playing in the background because it's early morning and he has this playing without anyone noticing. There's a lot of Doki Doki happening, and he's also just going like, you know what? This is going to be a magical day. This is going to be a magical day. I can feel it. And then in the background, you just hear like a small explosion, a small fire, and he just hurrying and trying to put it out like, Dad crossed the wires again.
Oh. And as you are... After you help with that small explosion, you do get a text on your phone, unusually early for your friend Kyle.
Just trying to wipe his fingers off, like, gosh damn it, Kyle. And,
Gosh,
if the camera's
damn
panted
it,
over,
Kyle, yes.
you can see that like there's cracks on the phone, and he's just trying not to cut his fingers, trying to swipe on the Android, just like I got this. swipe.
The text
What does he
message
want?
reads like, hey. It's hey with like 5 Ys. Then another message, I'm up really early. Are you proud of me? And then I want to go and play music in a park. Are you down? With like a little like pleading face, like looking up to you, looking up at you.
You need a ride to the park. That's all I send.
You are a saint.
It's fine. It's fine. And he's just gonna go like, what the fuck do I wear to a park? I'll just wear this. And he's just gonna put on the coveralls and jump in a car.
And as you are, do you have classes today?
Yes, he has one. It's later in the evening, but he usually just sleeps through half of it because he already knows the lesson plan. He's already did the homework up past the whole semester.
I know, that's right. And as Malik hops in the car and starts to drive, Jupiter, where do we find you?
What time of the day is it again?
It's a smooth, I want to say 9:30 at this point in the morning.
Okay, so this is my second year, so I was smart enough not to plan for any early morning classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I am probably, I woke up 30 minutes ago, and I'm just kind of lazing around the house. I haven't actually done anything productive yet. I'm just kind of chilling for now.
I have a very... this question is going to have a strong energy. Is your mother a Post-its mom?
She's in a Post-its. She's a... I'm going to text you in the middle of the night and, answer this when you wake up.
So...
It's the digital Post-it.
Oh. Luckily on this morning there is no dreaded omen waiting for you.
Cool. That means the day is mine.
The day is yours.
All right. What's the weather looking like out there?
It's a beautiful sunny day. Just a tiny little bit of clouds, but in that way that's not too disruptive.
I'll probably hit campus early. I'll probably go get a nice breakfast and just kind of work outside. Sitting under an umbrella and just kind of work at it.
As you pass by a mirror, do you say anything to yourself?
Here's another day.
Here's another day. Speaking of another day, Felix, where do we find you?
Felix is in bed.
Okay.
His alarm went off 20 minutes ago, and they snoozed it 3 times.
Beautiful. So you're missing that first class of the day, huh?
Alright, I'm getting up. He sticks his head up, half-lidded. Looked at the clock. Oh shit, I'm late.
Do you have a dorm room or are you living off campus?
I think he probably lives off campus. I don't think he can afford to live on campus. Probably lives with his law.
And as you sort of get out and about and out of your room, you do find that there is a breakfast there waiting for you. Still warm from your Lola.
Is she anywhere?
No, she is out and about.
Oh. I will.
She's been getting a bit more active lately. She's been hanging out with friends a bit more, doing some card games, and she mentioned something about talking with a friend that's in town, Charity, or a Cha name, like a CH name.
Uh-huh. I'm not interested in her friends. But okay,
Nope.
thanks. I will eat my breakfast. I will grab what I can since I'm already late.
Mm-hmm.
Stick a piece of toast in my mouth, hop on one foot trying to get my shoe on, grab my backpack, gulp down milk from the carton, put it back in the fridge, and then I go.
As you pass a mirror, do you say anything to yourself?
I kind of glance in it and I'm like, fuck off. And then I go.
Jace, where do we find you on this morning?
So Jace is the type who has no grace for himself. So he keeps himself on a strict schedule, even though it makes him miserable deep inside. So if it's around 9:30 now, he's probably been up for an hour or an hour and a half. And he has already left, probably to take a run before returning, which maybe that's what he's doing now, returning to his dorm to take a shower and change before he has to go to his classes for the day. So yeah, he comes into his dorm room. I think his roommate is still asleep, so he's kind of quiet about it, but there's music absolutely blaring in his headphones, so when he takes them off, you can very faintly hear it before he pauses it.
Beautiful, beautiful. I just realized that I did not ask for character descriptions for 3 of our cast, and we'll get to it. So, Max, could you describe Jace for me, please?
So Jace never quite grew out of the emo thing. He has a few piercings, many of which are relatively new with his freedom in college. So he has one on the brow, and a number on the ears. He has hair that was probably originally black because the roots are grown out a little bit, but it's dyed to like a charcoal gray, which is very difficult to maintain. Luckily, he's neurotic about it, or unluckily, depending on how you think of it. Right now, he's wearing a very faded and old, like, Good Charlotte t-shirt, like from his run. It has like a hole down near the hem, and some just like loose shorts and sneakers. He won't like work out in athletic sneakers. He still has Converse, and those are also beat up, as are many of his items of clothing.
The pain. The pain.
Did I do
Just
good?
the idea of exercising in Converse. I'm old.
It's just running.
I'm aged.
He's
I'm
fine. They don't fit the
I'm with him.
aesthetic.
But as you get ready for the day, and as you get out of the shower, you pass by a mirror. Do you say anything to yourself?
I think Jace has definitely come a long way in the being who he needs to be and how he wants to look. And so he kind of looks at himself. He makes a few faces that he would never let anyone else see him make. Kind of like a Flynn Rider situation, like trying to look but not look too hard, and then eventually is like, okay, and puts his hand up at himself and moves on.
And so we continue with our day. We cut back to that individual we saw at the beginning of the session. They are, they finished getting ready. They reach underneath their bed for like this case. This like sort of like big case. They sort of open it, and we see some sort of light illuminate their face from inside the case, but we don't see what's in the case. And they just sort of sigh to themselves, please, for whatever is holy up there, don't ever activate. Don't ever wake up. They close the case, and they take it with them to the Blue Jay Cafe and into the Blue Jay Cafe mobile coffee truck. In the Blue Jay Cafe mobile coffee truck, we see Lita, this friend of this person who is this sort of like 5'6", 5'6" Italian woman whose hair is this like violent shade of like reddish purple. Like it comes down on her right side, and like the left side is shaved. And she's sort of looking and just sort of like preparing everything. And then she glances at her friend and goes, "Were you sleeping? Oversleeping, Bennett?" Bennett turns and just sort of like places the case someplace like secluded. "I had a good dream. That's all that matters." "You don't? Okay, good dream. Good dream. That's good. That's good. You don't have many of those. Are you okay? You seem a little out of it." "Out of it as in non-caffeinated, or out of it as in out of it?" "You know what I mean. What's going on?" "Okay, well, if you must know, it's been about 6 years since something really bad happened to me. And I still don't want to talk about it. And the past is just, yeah. You know I'm here for you, right?" Yeah, of course. And like in the like daylight, we sort of see that there are heavy bags under Bennett's eyes. They seem haunted by something. And like they sort of like glance up to this sort of like little, not display, but sort of like they're like holders. And Lita glances up. "I still don't know why you have tonfa in our mobile coffee truck. Hey, you never know what the fuck will happen. Like, even in this sleepy fucking town." "Yeah, but like tonfa, there's like, what? You're like a black belt now?" Let's just say I have experience. We have customers to serve. We've got happy, shiny people to peddle our wares to. So let's just focus, okay? Okay, yeah, totally. And I don't know about y'all, but mayhaps in the middle of your classes, in the middle of your days, maybe the Blue Jay Cafe coffee truck is a nice sight. Maybe it has nice teas. Maybe it's got a few bagels that you like. Maybe you just really need caffeine right now because gosh darn it, your rival's not going to conquer you." So, for reasons to all of you unknown to each other, you seem to gather around this coffee truck. And in the line, we see this, oh gosh, how do I describe her? We see this sophomore, like, sort of like, not bottle blonde, but like those like blonde, like highlights, like in this immaculately curled hair, beautiful makeup, beautiful fashion, and she's sort of on her phone like, "What's up, sinners? It's your girl, Hardison, just getting some coffee. Gotta support local, right? Remember, if you're ever in Forest Peaks, go by the Blue Jay Cafe. Bennett will take care of you." And she ends it. And like she kind of turns to her friend, like the kind of friend who's like very clearly a sycophant. "I mean, their iced coffee is alright, but I'm more partial to like their lattes." And "Oh yeah, for sure, Hardison. Yeah, for sure." It's like, do you even understand what I'm saying to you right now? "For sure, Hardison. Yeah." Okay. Like Hardison just sort of turns and like stands back in line. She's like nearing She's like near the head and she like gets her coffee. Oh gosh. Yes, that's Hardison. What's up, sinners? Spelled SYNNERS.
I really wanted Beck to be right behind her, and every time she like moves her camera, I like try to move out of the way.
Yes, that absolutely happens.
And she'll like move it again, and I like move the other way, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be in this right now.
Like,
Please don't.
and like as she gets her coffee, she sort of realizes that you're there. Hey, you're a real one. Thanks for getting out of the shot. And she like winks at you and like starts to walk away. But as she starts to walk away, what seems to be like a raindrop sort of drops in front of her. What? The weather said it was a clear sky. As the sky darkens, not to this gray, but to this swirling nebula of deep, dark, and dangerous violet. As the clouds swirl and the sky darkens over this campus and over the 5 of you, more raindrops, or rather star drops, fall. As you're all just trying to get your beverages. On this Tuesday morning. The sky opens as bigger bits of starlight drop and crash onto the campus, revealing these sort of twisted amalgamations of a humanoid form. Not the sky. I'm sorry, I just have to read. I have a tendency to call out the chat in these, and not Crow saying, not the sky turning up on a Tuesday. I love this cast. I love this cast so much already. I know this will be my downfall. This is my mistake. So, these larger drops of starlight fall and crash into the earth as these sort of twisted, some lithe, some hulking, humanoid forms of just cosmic star dust arise and start to terrorize everyone on campus. Whatever this isn't friendly. Lita sort of like pokes her head out of the coffee jar. It's like, what the fuck? And say, Bennett, are you see? And she turns and Bennett is over like grabbing the tonfa. They're grabbing the case, like, and where we could not see before, the case has like 2 straps attached, so it can be sort of fashioned into a backpack. Get everyone out of here. Make sure everyone is safe. Use the truck if you have to. Just get people out of here. What the fuck? What are you doing? Like, what? Lita, listen to me. I'm going to explain everything to you in a minute. Just please get everyone out of here. Listen to me. Be a hero. You've got this. And if you don't, well, I'll save your ass too. And then Bennett sort of like, not kicks open the back doors, but forcibly opens and hits some of these like starlight abominations, like coming for the truck, and just starts going to town, like defending people. Like every strike is practiced, every move is, albeit a little rusty, fluid, as they move and just crack and crush these starlight abominations. As you all are separated from the line in the chaos, Jace, what do you do as 2 of these lithe abominations come towards you?
I think there's a level of holding his tongue in public that bottles up in Jace a lot, and this is simultaneously an opportunity to do the right thing, and also to get a little bit of it out. So he will put himself kind of in the way of other people who might be in the area who haven't been accounted for and go for a trusty right hook.
Okay, a trusty right hook. So, this sounds like you are displaying impressive fighting technique.
Attempting to.
You land that right hook, and your fist just cracks against. The feeling is weird. It's like punching... How can I put this? Do y'all know those little things? It's usually done with like plastic pegs, but you press your hand into it and it's like an impression on the other side.
Yes.
It's sort of like that, but somewhat softer. Like it's that mixed with a waterbed.
Oh, I know the texture of a waterbed quite well. My grandparents had one.
Okay.
In real life, yeah. I
was gonna say, I have no idea where the story is going.
I don't know a lot of people who have actually like seen one in real life. But I think he was definitely
For the Gen Z out there, a waterbed is... I'm kidding. Well, look it up. This is not a waterbed podcast.
Yet. I
If
think
the
he was
waterbed comes
expecting...
back in the finale. Don't do that to me, please. But Jace was expecting.
Yeah, Jace was expecting like the like returned pressure that comes with a punch, like the Newton's third law that like comes back and hurts your hand. And when it's like a soft thing instead, he's like disoriented and his face contorts. Now I hit it, but how does the thing react?
The punch lands, it backs up a bit, but it is now looking at you not like a scared human, but now as a threat.
That's fine. There's two of them. I'd like to get them both down, so I would continue to chip away at this first one and do what I can.
So you are alone. You are against the odds. It sounds like you are heading into danger without your squad.
Yeah.
Would that be applicable?
That would definitely be applicable. I also think he's not going to act on this. There's like a temptation for him to call 911. Like his hand reaches to his pocket briefly and then is like, this does not really feel like you should call... Yeah, this does not really feel like you should call any kind of authorities. So he's looking around for anyone else who might know what's going on as he continues to go through this disadvantaged fight.
So as you head into danger, please mark a token wherever you would like. You can use a token to spend on heavy turns related to your playbook. That's right, friends. This is not a dice game. This is a token game.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what dice I needed.
Nah. Nah. No dice. No dice. 1 MC.
Okay.
As Jace goes into danger, Beck, you are faced against a more hulking abomination, around 6 feet tall, buff to the gills. What do you do?
I have 2 like drinks in my hand because I knew that Felix was gonna be late.
Oh.
And I put them down like nicely on
As
like
people just
on a
running
table.
around here.
And then I take off the cardigan because I was like, oh, I can't go out without a jacket. And so I take off the cardigan that I'm wearing, and I nicely fold it. and then I immediately just start running. Like, I just immediately run away. Just start, and I think what happens is that, and Caleb, please tell me if I'm going too far on this one, but like I run, and then there's like another one, and then I try to run a different way, and then there's another one,
and on the fourth way you bump into Felix.
Yeah.
So Felix, as Beck comes crashing into you, you are soon surrounded by some of these.
Did you get my macchiato?
Yes, I did. 14 sugars, just like you asked.
Thank you.
But I think we have bigger problems right now, Felix.
Oh, you can see them too? I was really hoping I was still dreaming.
And are we like back to back? And we're like,
yeah, I think
okay.
y'all are back to back at this point. Felix grabbing the macchiato and slowly sipping it.
I would like to take a long draw from my macchiato, then uncap the lid and throw it in the face of the nearest one.
Okay, I will give you an option, because this sounds like act childish when someone expects better and display eccentric fighting technique. Which one would you prefer? One of them gets you a token. Also, y'all remember to have your playbooks on hand so you can see your moves.
I have them, yeah. I don't think he expects anything to come out of this. I think this is acting childish.
So gain a token. You're just like, just fling the macchiato. Now, was it a hot macchiato or an iced macchiato?
It was hot. It was hot.
So the abomination sort of screams this unearthly wail as it is dissolved stardust and macchiato.
I owe you. How much was that? Like $3?
I don't think that worked.
As it screams, forms into a puddle, and then slowly swirls back up, now a twisting, writhing macchiato abomination.
Okay, I think that made that worse, Felix.
I feel like we should run.
And as you two consider running, Malik, where are you? You are probably the farthest from the scene. You have sort of like just gotten out of your car and you're sort of walking to as the, you were probably at the back of the line as all this is going down, and these sort of starlight abominations come to town. What are you up to?
Malik is probably seeing all the chaos happening, and he has kind of bowled through a few folk, not actually hitting them, but kind of like football dashing past folks, trying to get to Kyle, because he knows Kyle can't do anything without him. So he tries to get to him as fast as possible, looking around, trying to see, does he see him?
You don't see Kyle. And your mind goes back to that text. Hey, I would like to play guitar in the park tonight. It's 9 in the morning. Or, well, it's noon at this point.
No. That's right, I haven't picked him up yet. Oh, thank God. Oh, why am I here? Oh, wait. It's gonna go get sugar. That's what I was... And then he just runs back to the cafe because he's just like, I really need this. And he takes a hubcap that is kind of fallen off, and he just starts pushing through like folks just to get to this line.
Okay, I will say that counts under displaying innovative fighting technique. As you're sort of like pushing through, like getting people, you're trying to get to the coffee truck.
Yeah, trying to get back to the coffee truck, just pushing through these putty guys. He's not even paying attention that these are putty guys. Like, he sees us, but at the same time, hyper focus. I need this sugar right now. PR is low, all right? I gotta hit the gym.
For legal reasons, these are Starlight Abomination.
Right.
For legal reasons, that was Putty with 2 Ds.
2 Ds, yeah.
So as you are fighting through Jupiter, where do we find you in this fray?
I think as I heard everybody start fighting, I have at least a degree of combat training, just due to my folks taught me self-defense.
Yeah.
And I've always liked fighting. It's fun. So I think my initial move is, if I see any that are close enough, it is like 1 part lariat, 1 part football tackle, to just try to like bowl a couple over if there's any like advancing on people who look less sure of themselves.
That sounds like try to protect someone in need. Is that the vibe?
Yeah.
As you defend this sort of like mousy marine biology student, they just go, thanks, and they sort of like run as you defend them. As you all are... Oh, please.
I have like one in a headlock for a sec. No problem. I don't know what's happening here. Just for flavor.
As Jupiter has a Starlight Abomination in a headlock, Malik is trying to get Sugar. Felix and Beck are back to back. And Jace is fighting valiantly, though alone. The case on Bennett's back starts to glow. The glow sort of distracts them for a moment as they are sort of knocked to the ground. They sort of struggle. Oh, fuck, I'm so rusty. Shit. As they sort of like get up, like they kind of hitch as like a bit of pain in their back sort of causes them to struggle a little before they get up. And we see like this sort of like beautiful teardrop of starlight energy falls, not crashing down, but slowly, as it opens up and reveals this sort of haunting presence. Feminine in nature, this being sort of steps out of her teardrop confines. Well, a former yellow, all in the flesh. Yep, nice to see you too, and I'm ready to kick your ass all the same. Oh wait, I did that already. Funny, this is like a sequel or some shit. Cute. Are you still alone? Without your precious little Red? Or wasn't he one of our generals? For a time. That must have stung, right? Knowing that you couldn't find him and you couldn't save him. I wonder if he's still in that void of his own making. Look, are we going to rehash my backstory or are we going to fight? I have a better idea. And as the 5 of you are in like this sort of like big clump of people, not realizing that you're closer to each other than you think, she unfurls her folding fan and goes to swipe this sort of like energy crescent at the 5 of you. And her own forces. Things go silent as time slows. The energy crescent slowly moving towards you. Bennett gets up, running. And just before it could hit the closest of you, Malik, Bennett stands with their Tonfa ready to block. The energy crescent is dispersed, but the case falls from their back. It opens with these 6 sort of how can I put this? Sort of like cardinal star badges lifting out, each gaining a color as they float from the case. Red, blue, green, black, pink. But the yellow flies off somewhere. The badges float to the 5 of you. Red to Jace, blue to Beck, green to Felix, pink to Malik just behind Bennett, and black to Jupiter. Bennett sort of realizes what's going on, and you can see this sort of... Malik, you see it, since you're very close by. I don't think the rest of you notice this. You see this sort of look of... not pain, but this look that says, you have no idea what you're in for. And I am so sorry. As their tonfa, illuminated with the faintest yellow glow, shift in their hands. They become batons, the shorter ends of the tonfa being pushed in to do so, to extend the tonfa into these 2 batons. And instinctively, Bennett sort of like puts them together and it forms an even longer bow staff. Shit. They sort of like mutter to themselves, sort of like turning the staff in their hands. Okay, look. Crash course into being a color. You're a squad. Shit's getting weird. Figure out your transformation sequence. Whatever you gotta do. I'm right here with you, and you're not alone. I'll hold him off as much as I can. And Bennett just starts to go to town.
What the figure out the transfer? What?
What's a color?
Are these all... Did we all just get bracelets?
Did he call us coloreds? What? And with badges?
As you ask this question, Malik, do you hold the badge in your hand?
Yeah. He looks down, very confused because someone just told you colors, badges, and then just skedaddled and just went out to fight. So he's just like, what is this? What am I supposed to do?
As you hold the badge, the pink badge in your hand, you hear this sweet sound of like electro music, very poppy, very fun, very just... It's not unlike the intro sequences to your favorite Magical Girl anime. As you sort of lose yourself in the beat and you're finishing off your protein shake, your pre-workout, this pink energy envelops you in this sort of like swirling of stardust and meteors. Could you describe your suit for me? For the audience, Crow screamed to the heavens in joy.
So, Malik, it's perfect Magical Boy sequence. Boom, boom, boom. It's a pink armored suit. It has stardust and cosmic on the what looks to be like gauntlets and on the legs. It starts out looking like it's black, and he thinks, oh yeah, it's going to be like a black armored Magic Boy suit, and then the pink pops out, and he's kind of surprised in the sequence. And he ends up with a furred collar that has like these cosmic spots in them. It's armored. He spins around, does a pose, and there's like explosive glitter. And then we're just back to the scene where it's just like, what the... Why am I pink? What is...
Oh, that's awesome!
I wanted to be black. Or blue. I can't get jiggy with... I can't poke... And then he accidentally just hits like the Magic Girl pose. It's just like,
As you
Okay,
hit
I'll
the
work with it.
magical girl pose, you hear that electro music sort of like hit up, and you hear this voice saying, "Hey, it's cool, dude."
I've finally gone crazy.
Just go with the
I finally
beat.
lost my mind. He just go like, okay, wait, I watched Kyle do this. And he starts trying to like vogue it out. Just like, maybe if I do this, it
As
might
you
work.
start to vogue it out, your weapon are gauntlets, yes?
Yeah, the gauntlets that form into like a shield.
Your gauntlets form a bit more solidified as you vogue it out, trying to find the beat within you with this electro music that is now in your soul. And this feels right. This feels like you could defend people. This feels like you could be a hero. Who is the next to touch their badge?
I'll do it.
I kind of think that Felix like sees this guy touch the badge, and just the starlight and meteors come up and just transforms like, that's cool, and unknowingly grabs there.
Yeah, just snatches it.
And as you snatch, this soul music fills your ears, sort of lifting and surrounding you as the feeling of the vast nebula surrounds you in this flurry of green energy. Please describe your suit to me.
Okay, so basically it has green plating. It's like an emerald green. And it kind of sheens a little bit, like sparkles. And some of like the chest piece has like a swirl of nebula, which is like yellows and oranges and kind of greens and stuff like that. That kind of comes to a swirl in the chest piece, and the helmet is all. The visor is jet black, but has like scatterings of stars on it.
Hell yeah. And as you are suited up, Beck, you see Felix completely transform.
I like grab my helmet, like, oh, wait, this is sick.
I don't think this is for me. And I think I think Beck goes and runs like behind the truck that's still there. And then was it Hardison, right?
Yes.
And Hardison and her friend are hiding there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm gonna like stay and like.
Okay, you're gonna need to leave. This is our hiding spot, and I'm currently I'm on Instagram right now. We're doing a live. Could you go? Thanks.
Caleb, can I save them?
How do you mean? What move would you like to use to try and save them?
I am going to. I want to try and pinpoint an adversary's weakness. Because what I want to do is I want one of the monsters to come up and attack.
Who is the
Well, because they're all the Starlight Abominations around us, right?
Yes.
Like, still going?
Uh-huh.
So if one of the Starlight Abominations comes and tries to attack them, I want to make sure that I can save them.
So, a more alive... Actually, the Macchiato Abomination you saw Felix create earlier. Do you have your badge in your hand?
I don't think so. I think I left it there.
The
Because
badge...
it's still, like, up in the air,
The
right?
badge full out follows you.
It won't leave me alone.
Absolutely not. No, it won't leave you alone. But as it follows you, you see the abomination sort of like look at it rather than you,
Mm-hmm.
and just immediately just tries to grab it.
Okay, so it's coming towards me then, right?
Yes,
because it's following me.
And you can understand that trying to pinpoint an adversary's weakness, there is a soft spot right in the center of what would be its chest, I guess, that you can just hit solid and it'll be just dispersed.
What I want to do is I want to grab Hardison and her friend and just shove them into the back of the truck and then close the door.
Hey!
But, like, I think that they saw it coming.
Yes.
Yeah, so then I, like, stumble back, and as I stumble back, I accidentally grab the badge and then hit it in the soft spot at the same time.
As you grab the badge, this big, booming, big band swing music fills your soul and rings in your ears as a funky bass line swirls around you with blue cosmic energy. Please describe your suit to me.
I would say that it is a mix between... it definitely has, like, the Omega Rangers vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's blue, and then, like, you can see faint hints of, like, a suit and tie.
I know that's right.
And then what happens is that when I transform, I spin the Macchiato monster, and I dip it, like, in, like, all the romance movies, and then just proceed, instead of, like, leaning in to kiss it,
like,
I just proceed to beat it down.
Yes!
So it's very much that very, like,
it's like,
I dipped you in that one scene.
Yes! And the Macchiato monster is dispersed completely. You sort of look at yourself in this lovely suit, not stained by Macchiato, thankfully. How do you feel?
I feel like I could talk to any girl in the world.
Do you come out from behind the coffee truck?
Oh yeah, and it's just the smoothest Power Rangers, like, walk reveal I've ever heard.
Yes. And that leaves Jace. As you're fighting alone, as you're starting to get overpowered, this red badge finds you. What do you do?
I think Jace has maybe heard some, like, random keywords, like when someone's, like, the signal is going in and out on the phone. He's so, concerned with making sure that things go okay, that it's just like, hold them off, badge is transform, and so he sees something come his way, and almost goes to, like bat it out of the way, but when he realizes it's like a floating, like, magic thing, he's like, what are you? And is thrust into his own transformation sequence in his confusion of, like, trying to examine the thing.
And as you are sort of pushed into the badge, this sound of just angst and hard rock fills your soul. Oh gosh. Space and time seem to bend around you. As red energy... Gosh golly gee, we're actually doing this. Please tell me what your suit looks like.
A warning to the audience is that if anyone does not know what they are doing, it is me. So, a few key elements of Jace's suit is that it has the gloves that only have, like, these two fingers, and it goes, like, up his arms into the suit, mostly in red, and he has a helmet that has, like, those, like, things that, like, point up on the side that can be bird-like, or in this case perhaps reminiscent of an electric car that has kind of like the dual spikes on the end. There is kind of markings that go along the top of the helmet as if a clock in quadrants, or whatever you call sections of a clock, because I certainly don't know. As well as a kind of like a shade over his eyes. and his weapon is a sword with a kind of almost like a piratey kind of vibe, which seems to confuse him more than anything else that's going on, with a lightly curved blade that's kind of sparkling with this red energy that has surrounded him, and when it turns to like reflect the light, you can see stars in it.
But that is interesting that instinctively both Jace and Malik have their weapons. Jace, as you are suited up with this star sword, how do you feel?
Confused, adrenaline rush, confused again, also just like called to action, and with the adrenaline rush like empowered to keep doing stuff. He doesn't quite understand what's going on, but he knows that something extraordinary is happening to him, and like he's like, this is like my moment to be the hero. This is my moment to make sure that things go okay.
Gotcha.
So he's ready to keep fighting.
And as you are currently working on how to get things okay, fighting with these abominations that are felled by your sword rather easily. Jupiter, what are you doing with your badge?
I think I catch it.
You still have that abomination in
Exactly.
the headlock.
So I think I catch it like I'm catching a football, and fingertip grab it, and it essentially drops, and I catch it one more time. And I think that's by the time it is turned almost a little bit into the weapon that I will have as well.
As you catch it that second time, the rush and the heavy pounding of just beats fill your soul as gravity seems to have no bound on you. Swirling dark energy fills your body and completely encapsulates you. Please describe your suit and your weapon.
Perfect. So, the best way to describe this outfit is a full, nearly Vanta black biker fit, thick, heavy boots, baggy, almost leather-looking pants, and a top chest piece that looks almost like a leather jacket that is a bit thicker than I think some of the other ones you're seeing, and a sleek helmet and visor. And the weapon is simple in its elegance. Almost like obsidian shaft with little specks of what look like starlight decorating some of the top of the hammer, and there's just what looks like to a keen eye maybe 3 rockets in the back, just when the hammer needs a little bit more oomph to it. And it is a war hammer. It is a two-hander. I just need that to be clear.
As you brandish your warhammer, the camera sees Bennett sort of look at you and recognize the warhammer, and the sort of wistful gaze comes across their face. As they then immediately spin and kick another abomination, not being caught off guard. See? Told you could figure it out. Sorry for the crash course, just a little busy. Do you gather behind Bennett?
Sure.
Definitely, yeah.
I think I'm waiting for Beck to come first. I might pat him on the back, hey, you look good!
Does everybody else have weapons?
I guess.
Except us?
That's not really fair.
Well, I mean, do you want to try to...
Just focus for 5 seconds, and they'll come. Ah!
Focusing's not really my strong suit.
Yeah, I think Beck is the one who gets it first.
Sorry, not Beck. Swing Star Blue, describe your weapon.
It is it's like the amalgamation of like a very ornate spear and an old-timey microphone on a stand at the same time. Yeah, and I think we're calling it the Sweet Song Spear.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nebula Soul Green, as you see Blue get his weapon. This really badass looking spear. Do you
There's like
attempt
a
to
moment.
focus?
Yeah, there's like a moment where Felix is like, "Can I just?" Throws his hands out, and then one more time, and then the gauntlets appear on his forearms. On either forearms, it is like little keyboards, like six key keyboards. And he's like, "What am I supposed to do with?" And he presses a button, and a laser fires out of it. Oh!
And immediately hits an abomination like right behind Bennett.
That's cool.
You're aiming for that thing, right?
Yep. Yep. 100%. Mm-hmm.
Beck's in the back, like, no.
As you stand with this person who rather rapidly coached you through all this, Bennett sort of like twirls the staff in their hands and sort of looks at the being that was taunting them earlier. Well, Melancholia, looks like you're outnumbered this time, and I'm not alone. For now, little yellow. For now. As she disappears in this sort of like burst of teardrops of starlight.
Yeah, you better run.
I think Bennett just sort of sighs, and like as they turn to you, the staff just sort of like disappears into like this little burst of like colorless starlight. So, music theme. That's different.
Yeah, how do we turn this off?
Yeah, you're real calm about this right now. I mean, admittedly, I really love the aesthetic, but...
I'm pretty sure I'm still dreaming, so...
I have a 140.
And then Bennett sort of like pinches you, Felix.
Ow!
Not dreaming. What was that, Max? So sorry.
Yeah, Jace is like, I have a 140 class, so like, how do we get this off?
Yeah, about that. You might want to cancel classes for the rest of the day.
Cancel classes?
Yes, let's cancel
we
classes.
did get
I'm not
attacked
the
by
professor,
aliens. I think we can... I think alien attack might be enough to cancel classes. We just have to say we were here.
But we only
You
get
all
noise.
get an email on your phones that... you all get an email on your phones from the dean that classes are canceled for the rest of the day.
Hell yeah.
So, like...
Okay, now I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
I'll pinch back.
We all know that it's incredibly unlikely that all of us are sharing the same dream, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's scientifically proven.
Oh, yeah, this is scientifically proven. I hold up my
We
gauntlets.
could all be characters in one person's dream, and we just don't know it.
Alright, can everyone here read a clock?
Oh wait, I read about
It's
something
my
like that.
That's too deep for any of us to go into right now. And then Lita sort of like opens the back door of the coffee truck as Hardison and her friends sort of like run out, but not before like Hardison is just like sort of like turns her camera to you all and then just sort of like, well, that's all, sinners. I was unfortunately trapped by this terrible person in this coffee truck. I couldn't get any more footage, but I'll have an update for you all later, sinners. And she just sort of like walks off. Like, what are we gonna do with classes being canceled, Tarzan? Please stop talking. And Lita sort of like walks up to all of you, looks at Bennett, looks at the five of you, and goes, what the fuck? And it's like a title card.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
We cut to the actual Blue Jay Cafe as the 5 of you still in costume follow Bennett back. Like Bennett sort of like turns and goes, okay, look, it's gonna be a little weird with everyone out and about and seeing all of you if you care about secret identities. So there's an alleyway back there. No one goes in there. Just focus on getting the beat that you've been following, the music. I assume there's probably some music related to whatever you guys are doing. Let go of that beat for a second, but do it in that alleyway.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of like the tune that's been on loop for the past 2 minutes now. I'm trying to find a way to change the song though, because I'm liking it, but I kind of want to change to a different theme song.
Yeah, this sounds like my Lola's church station.
I don't know if we should listen to an adult telling us to go into a back alley.
We're also adults. You're
We're
in
adults.
college.
You are in college, smart instinct.
I mean, like...
There's 5 of us. Worst case
Kind
scenario,
of.
we can just jump them. It's fine.
You can absolutely, certainly try.
I mean, I like a challenge, though.
Okay,
scared
I guess
me.
I'll go if you guys go.
Look, if y'all don't care about secret identities, you can just transform right here. I don't give a shit.
No. My Lola would kill me.
I'm walking to the alley already.
I will
same.
also go towards the
Everyone
alley.
else.
And as you sort of like calm down and sort of like let go of that beat and let that music fade, and Malik, you're trying to change the station, you think of something that's not electropop, and you all detransform.
Huh. Oh.
Bennett is just sort of
Ryan's
like
helmet
leaning.
here.
Bennett's sort of just like leaning against the door, just sort of like looking at their phone. As you all walk back.
Hi, by the way. Everyone else. I
Sup?
know.
Hi.
I've seen all of you. I don't really know any of you, but
I mean, I know Felix, but I kind of recognize everybody else in here.
we have a class together.
Beck, you recognize Red and Pink from your Gen Ed course.
Aren't we in Life Skills 101 together?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
You're the one I can't sit in back of because I can't see the board.
Yeah.
How's that my fault?
Well, it's not your fault. It's just you're very tall.
So sit in the other seat.
I,
Away from my back.
I have been doing that. It's just sometimes I have to be strategic, and then I have to get there early in order to not be able to sit in back of you. I just, it's...
Like in the background of the shot, we sort of just like watch Bennett just sort of fold their arms across their chest and just like, sort of wait for this to get to end.
I think Beck just trails and then trails off because it's very much that like 1, 2, 3 eyes on me that Bennett is putting out. So I'm like, oh no.
You
Come
grow
on.
the flowers in the greenhouse, right? Malik?
Yes.
What's up, man?
Yep. Sup? Oh wait, I think they want us to save the world or something. Do you want us to save the world or what's...
Quite honestly, I would have hoped that you would have never have to save the world because you have no idea what you're in for.
Same, to be honest.
I'm trying not to lose my
I can give you this
scholarship.
back.
That's the thing. You can't.
I'm sorry, what?
Come on. The store's empty. We have it to ourselves. And like Bennett sort of like unlocks the door and like opens up the Blue Jay Cafe to you all. It's like this like very quaint like hometown cafe. Modern technology, of course, but We see Lita already in there, arms crossed, just staring and glaring at Bennett.
This chick
Okay.
seems pissed at you.
So, you know that renovation project that I asked you to maybe look into and maybe allocate some funds towards around last summer? The one in the basement that you won't let me see? Yeah. It's, well, hi, I used to save the world. It's drugs. It's absolutely drugs. It's
Sounds exactly like drugs.
How did you know how to guide these kids to do this? How did you know what to do? What the fuck is going on? If you just let me... No, you're going to explain right here, right now, or else I'm out and you will never talk to me again.
Y'all want us to come back? 'Cause
Yeah,
we can come
yeah.
back.
Y'all
No,
are having the
It's like
domestic.
something
I'd
with
really-
honesty.
It's fine.
I'd really like the explanation, actually.
Fuck. Okay. And then Bennett there's a sort of like stage at the cafe. Like sort of like for like local music, and Bennett sort of like sits on the stage. I was chosen by the nebulous fucking powers that be to become a color. Sort of like costumed superheroes. I was chosen with a group of 2 friends, which then became 5 friends. Well, 6 friends and then 5. Anyway, and it's very clear that they do not want to be saying any of this. That this is like very much. Actually, I'm gonna give you all a token. For those who don't have tokens, take a token. If there are any moves that any of you would like to do, maybe a heavy move with a token, as Bennett explains, keep that in mind. I was yellow. That's how I know how to use Tonfa. Those were my weapons. Were actually still my weapons. I kind of took them with me. I fought for 4 years. I gave up being a high schooler, really, to save the world every week. And all I got was an almost debilitating back injury, a destruction of trust between me and my parents, and almost losing one of my best friends, and losing the person that I love. He's out there somewhere, and I can't I can't find him because he's dealing with this bullshit that was supposed to stop when we beat the bad guy, but that's the thing, it never stops. Other people are just chosen, and unfortunately, you 5 are also chosen. Because the powers that be don't give a shit about anything but the good and evil.
I think there was actually 6.
What?
There was another one?
Yeah, you said you were a yellow, but I don't remember any of us being a yellow color.
Yeah.
And they sort of like take off their glasses and go, fuck, shit, fuck.
Can I use a move?
Please.
I'm gonna use, and this would be weird for Malik, but he's just like they probably need it. Remain possibly cheery under pressure. Okay, listen, it seems you've been through a lot, and today went well. I mean, it didn't go well like you hoped, but at least you were prepared. And you saved a lot more people. That should be a win.
The look that Bennett gives you is absolutely heartbreaking. because it looks like it's this sort of look that says, "Oh, you sweet summer child," and I know that you're trying. So,
Oof.
and I'm sorry, Lita, that I didn't tell you through all 4 years of college, because what was I going to say to you? Hi, I used to save the world. In this quiet little town that no one ever fucking heard of. I lost my friends, I quit after I got hurt, and when I graduated, I thought I was going to be done with it, but I'm not done with it. Do you want to go get lunch? And Lita just, like, immediately sort of, like, softens. You still should have told me. I know. And I'm sorry, and I'm trying to make up for that. I just hoped that I would be in this quiet town with quiet people and that one weird Instagrammer, and I just thought I wouldn't have to do this anymore. But that's not the case. So, and I'm sorry that you were in it, and whoever got yellow is in it.
Does this mean you're gonna train us?
Yep.
Okay, because I feel pretty unsupervised right now, so...
Yeah, I'm still here for you. Even if this all fucking sucks. I'm here for you because my mentor was an absolute shitbird. And I don't ever want to be like that guy. Okay? And they sort of like look at the five of you. Any other questions, comments, concerns before I finally show you what that basement renovation was about, Lita?
I don't want to sound like a jerk, but what? Like, the forces pick you and they give you a color or whatever, but we could just not do it, then wouldn't it pass off to somebody else?
Yeah. And then they'd have to do the same thing that you could have done with all the pain and all the trauma that carries. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
I mean,
He just kind of tries to
these people need
brush it
help
off.
today, right?
They're like, just hypothetical, man.
I mean, look, this is really cool and all. I'm really not cut out to be a superhero, like at all.
I mean, you made it through that, right? And I mean, you're gonna get some cool stuff. I'm not telling you what to do, but I don't know. There's probably something in there about power and responsibility. Should probably use it pretty wisely.
You did help people today. And yeah, I know it's a shitty hand to be dealt, and you didn't ask for this. None of us asked for this. But if you want to give it up, it's your choice. I'm just saying that unfortunately, if the PTB aren't done with you, then they aren't done with you, and this is just going to come back. Live an example right here.
I'll do it if Beck does it.
Oh, I was gonna do it if you said you were gonna do it.
Rock, paper, scissors for it?
Okay, and then... Okay, I feel like Felix wins because he's in Beck's head right now, so...
Yeah.
You, for the first time, you sort of see like this smile, like this genuine smile creep up on Bennett's face.
Alright, let's superhero this shit.
Yeah, I guess I'm in too. This does give me a lot of confidence.
Oh yeah, the suits are great. They always end up being great. Comfortable too. It'll be
Yeah,
like-
is it like
How does that work?
spandex
Like, is it like...
armor, or is it just for show?
where do our other clothes actually go
dear.
when we put them on? Because, like, I was wearing them before, and then the costume was on, and then we focused, and it was back in my normal clothes, but what happened to them?
Max, you're cutting in and out, and it's the most hilarious thing.
We still got the entire context of it, but it was just like a good
That's
5-second
That's
dip
so
in
good.
between each one.
But like, okay, so to answer your question, not spandex. It's technically depending on the theming, but I think the powers that be are nebulous anyway. So I think it's just some sort of magical energy that forms your clothing and makes it comfortable enough to fight you in. It can protect you from the worst blows. I fell 20 feet in a quarry and landed my back onto a railing. And with a bit of physical therapy, I was fine. I still got pain, but my suit protected me. Couldn't move for like a day though. That's neither here nor there, and that's a bit too much trauma dumping. Your clothes remain intact. The magic makes sure that they are integrated into the suit. Though if the suit is torn, your clothes don't get torn.
Huh.
Space magic. Got it.
So
Space
it's
magic.
magic. Space
Pretty much, yeah.
magic.
Yep.
Okay, so when do classes start on this? And like, is there? I mean, because like
And
you
it really
two,
is unlikely
and I
that
point
we're all
to-
having the
I
same
point,
dream.
to Jupe and
As I've mentioned before, it is very unlikely that we are sharing the same dream.
Okay, but
His face will
it just
return
looks
to
like you
processing
two,
mode
or
now.
like you three.
He has nothing else to say at the current moment.
Like it just seems like you three, and I point to Malik, and I point to Jupe, and I point to Jace as well. Like it just seems like you three just had like a step ahead of this, because y'all were great with like the weapons and all this. Like, is there like, do I start as like a freshman with this, and then how do we do this?
One day at a time. And I'll teach you what I know. I'll teach you how to use your weapons. I'll teach you how to protect yourselves and use them responsibly. Though, I mean, you are adults. These are your decisions with your powers.
Everybody keeps saying that.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Meanwhile, I think Malik has tried to gone off to the basement to see what's down there.
As you open the door to the basement, you see steps leading into this sort of like technological, like, it sort of looked like Oracle from DC Comics set up down here. Like monitors and like a training space and like racks for like practice weapons. It seems like Bennett was preparing for this eventuality.
If they're still upstairs and he's downstairs, all you're hearing is the most excited yelps, just childlike wonder from this individual, just going back and forth. He's just like, what's this thing? This is a supercomputer. Gadgets. I can play with it. I can create stuff with this. This is my magical boy fantasy. My time has arrived.
Lita like immediately goes downstairs and walks down like, what the fuck? How did we
Also,
afford
right?
all of this? I had some connections from back in the day. They pretty much did this pro bono. I just needed the space. That's what the renovations were for. And I don't understand how you did this under my nose. Well, I mean, late hours and you're a very responsible sleeper, so you go to bed around 10. I go to bed around midnight. How fucking dare you? Yeah, midnight on Saturday. There's still 6 days of the week, friend.
Okay, so secret base.
Pretty much.
Space magic powers.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously have to keep the secret, right?
I mean...
We do? Oh, yeah, we do.
That is up to you. Because I'm going to be real here. Secrets can alienate the closest people to you. When you come home with a bruise on your cheek, or a scrape, or you're in the hospital for no reason, or you... And Bennett stops for a second, and they sort of like... Yeah, secrets can really alienate people from you, but telling them the truth can lead to disbelief, and them trying to say, no, you can't do that because you're endangering yourself. Both have their merits and their drawbacks.
My Lola would chain me to the bed.
Yeah, so we're keeping the secret, right?
Yeah,
We're keeping this...
Yeah, I guess. Honestly, it's probably for the best. My mom would kill me.
I could tell my dad, but he's definitely not going to care. He's just going to be like, so you're going to come back to the shop and work? And I'm just like, yeah, fine. I just got to save the world first.
Are you good?
That's a little deeper than we should probably get today.
And he's not even thinking about it. He's just on the keyboard, just messing with it. Oh, no, it's not that. I'm more employee than... That's just our relationship. It actually works.
It doesn't...
I think I just come up and give him a
like,
hug.
everyone is like, this is not getting better. Like,
No, I just come up and give him a hug, and I'm like, well, we gotta be fast friends anyway, so...
Oh, you worry about that? Secret lab, secret computers, awesome weapons. We got powers. Wait, do we have superpowers? We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. We'll see what you got.
Okay, I feel like I'm the only one feeling this.
I'm not
I'm glad that you are.
excited, but
It's just the like a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. Like
There's a lot.
I love that you're excited. That's good. That's great.
I love that for you.
This is just like one more thing I have to do now, which is fine. It's fine. Saving the world is important. But I'm tired already.
Well,
I was probably gonna flunk out anyway.
Well, thankfully, this is a small town, and if life comes first, then I ask that you prioritize that. We've got 5 of you, and we've got me. So we can
6,
handle it.
apparently. Somebody got that yellow thing, right?
Don't remind me. Yep. I'm
Sorry.
going to have to find them. Thankfully, and Bennett sort of like moves beside Malik and starts like gently moves his hands from the keyboard and sort of like starts to like tap a few keys as we see the collection of U5 and then a yellow star somewhere in Forest Peaks. I can track them down myself.
It's
And we'll
creepy.
see.
I think Becca's just beaming in the corner like, so we get another friend and I get built-in friends?
I get built-in friends.
Oh no!
And Felix says, that's creepy. And then Ben goes, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. The fact that these are automatically attuned to your power signatures, that wasn't a feature that I put in. That just comes with the territory, I guess. Space magic. Sorry.
You had all this stuff ready. Did you know that it was going to be us?
No. I was hoping that this was going to be a rather expensive money sink that I would have to recoup over the next few years. I was hoping that none of this would happen, honestly. That case would never be opened.
So it happened
But here we
because
are.
it was open.
It happened because dark cosmic assholes, who me and my friends just absolutely fucking wrecked a few years ago, decided to come back for seconds.
Yeah, who's that teardrop chick? What's her name?
Melancholia. I heard she got her ass kicked in Star Valley. Thought she was destroyed, but I guess not.
So we have to make it stick this time.
Pretty much. And if she's back, that means some of the generals are back, which means... And, like, as the thought comes to Bennett, I will say, Malik, you're closest. There's a shake to their hands, which means we've got a lot of work cut out for us. So, we can either chill out today and start tomorrow after your classes or before some of your night classes or whatever fucking classes you take. Find some time, stop by the cafe. I'm always here. And we'll take it one day at a time. How about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, we still got a lot of the day left, so I have a lot of time to not process this.
There's also coffee upstairs.
That
Do
would
y'all
hell
want to go
yeah.
get pizza?
I could really,
and then
yeah.
we can get to know each other?
I'm down for pizza.
It's really rude for the aliens to invade before I got to order. That was screwed up.
Yeah, well, we can make sure you get your drink.
I do have a
And
question, actually.
I may have an answer.
These team colors mean anything, or...
Well, that depends. Beck, right?
Yeah?
You're not planning on going for red, are you?
No?
Okay.
We can switch?
No, it's well,
Nobody's getting green. I like green.
Sorry, you just remind me of someone.
Oh.
I had a friend named Beck who started off as blue.
Oh, started off. I have a million more questions now. And then I just think Beck starts walking upstairs and just starts talking.
Bennett will try to answer them as politely as possible.
Oh yeah, all of the questions are like 100% nonsensical, or they don't have anything to do with the plot. So don't worry.
Lita's like, so are we ordering pizza to come here or are we leaving? I mean, we got this whole ass shop. So as the five of you start to get up out of the basement, Jace, you sort of turn and you sort of give a glance back and you notice that there is a picture frame next to the supercomputer. Do you look at it real quick?
Okay. Yeah.
You pick up the picture frame, and it is very clearly a younger Bennett smiling with this young man that looks to be around their age in a red Letterman's jacket. And they look really close.
Okay.
This must have been taken when Bennett was in high school.
I think Jace immediately feels a little bit bad, knowing that Bennett said that they had to not finish high school, because what had happened. I think he will make a note of it, but probably not say anything.
Bennett finished high school. Bennett went to college.
Oh, I thought that Bennett said at some point that or it just happened to them in high school.
It happened to them in high school, and like the
Just
normal high school life, they had to give up, and they
they
managed to graduate and then go to college where they met Lita.
Okay, yeah. Either way, I think there is a little bit of curiosity, but a little bit of worry, and so he will kind of pocket that information, stow it for when he has a moment alone with Bennett in the future.
The five of you with Bennett and Lita go to the local pizzeria. You get a big, huge pizza. And just sigh in your chairs and go, well, this was a day. And as you chill and sort of de-stress from the absolute weirdness of today. We cut to later that evening as we see Hardison sort of walking alone at night without her sycophant. Fucking finally, Talia is so fucking annoying. I love the girl to death, but she needs to stop talking. As she sort of like checks her numbers and checks like her posts and everything, she thinks about taking a selfie, but thinks against it. Okay, how is the beauty line going? And as she walks near where the attack happened, she sort of stops and looks around. Who were those people in suits? How'd they show up? Would you like to find out? Hardison turns and we see this sort of how to describe this person, this being. Clad in bright pops of color with a leather aesthetic. Bells that have chimes that remind you of like a star sound effect rather than just bells. They're sort of like leaning on the paved boundaries of a tree. I mean, I could help you figure it out. After all, you're a very busy entrepreneur, aren't you? Beauty line, social media maven. Yet no one was looking at you. Everyone was looking at them, weren't they? Okay, I don't know what this is with this whole Harley Quinn aesthetic, but you need to stop talking to me right now. Oh, come on, Miss Masters. Don't you want the same sort of adoration? I mean, they saved people. You were pushed in the back of a coffee truck. Don't you want to be better? Don't you want things a bit more easy? Okay, one, I don't take the easy way out. I don't take handouts. My father told me not to ever take handouts. And two, can we get to the point because you're bothering me and the stiletto heel's about to go into your eye? You got a bite. I like that. Here. And taking a bell from their necklace, they sort of close their hand and offer up a beautiful harp pendant with a necklace. Make your own symphony, as it were. Harrison takes the necklace. This better be real gold. And she puts it on. And this sort of like ripple of dark cosmic energy runs through her. That was better than my greens in the morning. Holy shit. Have fun, Miss Masters. Oh, and I do really like the whole Sinners tag. It's fun. And they sort of disappear in the shadows. Wait, you didn't give me your and they're fucking gone. Shit, Mom. Let's see what you can do. And she sort of like walks off, sort of like pendant in hand. And that is the end of our first session of Forest Peaks. Technical difficulties aside. Thank you so much for listening. Do we want to do plugs? We don't have to do plugs.
No.
Let's do plugs. Let's do plugs next episode, so then we can at least like, if we want to do plugs, then we can like at least like cut it and paste it every time.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Easier on me.
All right.
Thank you again. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful star-filled day. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Forest Peaks, a henshin game for Crendemented Actual Plays. This episode was recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity, with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and emceed by Caleb Wade. Our second season performers are Dare Hickman, Jazz Brown, Max, JPG, Emily Berry, and Crow of Blank Slate. Special thanks to Fen Achini for providing the voice of Colton. Links to where you can find everyone will be in the description below. If you'd like to follow the podcast, feel free to follow us on Twitter at creme_demented. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to support us, please consider rating, reviewing, and subscribing on your podcatcher of choice. We will be back in 2 weeks, so practice your transformation sequence, and we hope to see you for the next episode.